It appears that the New York Knicks are facing consequences for tampering in their efforts to recruit Jalen Brunson. This could be a significant setback for the team. In this video, we'll delve into the details of Brunson's recruitment and explore the potential consequences of the Knicks' actions. First of all, it looks like the New York Knicks pulled a few strings in getting a hold of Jalen Brunson. The NBA recently announced that it's taken away the New York Knicks' decision to chase their 2025 second-round draft pick because they violated league rules governing the timing of this season's free agency discussions surrounding their guard, Jalen Brunson. According to the league, the Knicks engaged in discussions with Brunson, but this happened before the date and time, June 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, when teams were allowed to begin negotiating with free agents. Now, the former Villanova star and Dallas Mavericks guard left the Mavericks in free agency for the Knicks, and get this, he even signed a 4-year, $104 million deal. Wow, the next 4 years are set for him. No stress, no tension, right? And it seems that the partnership started off on a strong footing, because he's already got the Knicks 20.8 points and 6.2 assists per game. But it makes us wonder if this whole tampering scandal will affect the team's morale and winning streak. Plus, it's interesting to note that Brunson had a connection to New York even before he signed with the New York Knicks. His father, Rick Brunson, used to play for the Knicks for 69 games over 3 seasons, which lasted from 1998 to 1999 until 2000 to 2001. Last June, Rick joined the Knicks as an assistant coach after serving as the head coach of Camden High School for 3 years. During his time at Camden, Brunson led the team to a state championship in March. It seems that Brunson is a formidable coach, even able to excel at the same level as the GOAT. Coming up, this isn't the first time the NBA's given penalties for tampering. The Philadelphia 76ers messed up big time and have lost their second rounders in 2023 and 2024 for tampering with free agents PJ Tucker and Daniel House Jr. The NBA redacted a second-round pick from the Milwaukee Bucks after the team's failed sign-and-trade with the Sacramento Kings for Bojan Bogdanovic in 2020. Yikes. And that's not all. The Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat also lost second-round picks for tampering while they were negotiating their sign-and-trade deals for players Lonzo Ball and Kyle Lowry, respectively. The NBA really doesn't slow down when it comes to penalties. Now, don't get us wrong. We don't think the Knicks regret what they did to get Brunson. He was well worth the cost of a second-round pick for the Knicks, who had a rocky start to the season after finally reaching 6th in the Eastern Conference. And we think they'll do whatever it takes to maintain their win streak following their upcoming match against the Toronto Raptors. Up next, is the penalty too light, or should the NBA slow down? Apparently, NBA executives believe that tampering won't ever become a worrying concern among teams because of the fact that only minor penalties exist for the rule breaking. And in the wake of the Jalen and New York Knicks controversy regarding their free agent talks, a general manager shared that if second-round picks are the only punishment, then nothing will ever change. Fans think that the Knicks won't be too upset over losing a second-round pick in exchange for getting the jump on signing Brunson, because he's been excellent for them so far this season, what with his stats of 20.2 PPG and 6.6 APG. Now the thing is, even though tampering rules prevent teams from speaking to prospective free agents before a set date each offseason, it seems weird that complex free agent deals seem to be quickly agreed upon and reported as finalized within minutes of free agency officially beginning each and every summer. Something's not right. A front office executive told Sarah Todd of the Deseret News that there is not a team in this league that follows the tampering rules to a T, but instead, there are 30 teams in this league that find ways around the rules every single day. Yikes. It looks like even tougher punishments won't effectively change the culture of tampering. One source shared that the threat of harsher penalties and random audits doesn't make a difference to the teams, and that they, we quote, don't flinch at the thought. They also added that it's too late now, because at this point, if they investigated every case and instance of tampering, the whole league would come to a screeching halt, and nothing would ever get done. What's more, is Brunson worth the tampering? The answer is yes. Look, he was definitely worth far more than the 2025 second-round pick his new employer lost in the tampering case before the game against the Suns, where the score was 102-83, and he was worth far more than the pick that happened afterward as well. This is how the former Knicks player Herbert L. Williams explained the point guard's situation after observing Brunson's training at details-centric Villanova, where he won 2 national titles. According to Williams, Jalen has a strong foundation in fundamentals, but also incorporates a sense of edginess and playground style into his game. Williams noted that it takes a steady demeanor and a strong backbone to implement a program like Villanova's while still being able to play one's own game. He mentioned that Jalen may have inherited this quality from his father. And the icing on the cake is that the GOAT player thinks highly of Jalen. He shared that according to him, Brunson's simply a really good basketball player. He plays at an all-star level most nights. Well, he doesn't just play at an all-star level only one night. He does a decent job in the afternoons too. In fact, fans can't help but compare him to his father. They shared that after Jalen got back onto the court following his absence in 3 games because of a hip injury, it shaped him into an upgraded version of his father. Rick Brunson is the current Knicks assistant and a former Knicks player and journeyman who's known for his stubbornness and pure grit. According to the New York Post writer Ian O'Connor, Jalen Brunson is Rick Brunson, plus a lot of talent, and we can't help but agree. Jalen's coach, Tom Thibodeau, has described him as a playmaker who can provide whatever the team needs and ensure that they are organized. Thibodeau stated that once the team is organized, a player can use their creativity to create advantages, and Brunson excels at doing just that. It's worth noting that this is no easy task. Moving on to the next segment, someone's just lost his winning streak. The New York Knicks point guard, Jalen Brunson, fumbled the bag, folks, and he's not happy about it one bit, because the Knicks just lost their winning streak, thanks to the loss against the Chicago Bulls. So after 2 weeks, they also lost their streak and their season-long 8-game winning streak. But how'd this happen? Okay, so Brunson had only 7 points and shot 3 out of 14 from the field in this loss, but he was too slow this time. And without his speed, the situation caused the opposing defenders to close off the lanes that Brunson would have used to attack, the guards also creating less and less separation of his trademark short fadeaway jumpers. But he did have 12 assists in the game and 5 game-high turnovers, which brings the player to a tie for his highest turnover amount in a single game this season. The moment in the game when Jalen lost his winning streak was when he missed 2 huge free throws in the final seconds, eventually setting the Bulls up for DeMar DeRozan's game-winning mid-range shot. But don't worry, Brunson's not the only player who missed a shot. According to Fred Katz of The Athletic, the Knicks shot an appalling 15 out of 26 from the free throw line in the loss, which included 9 out of 15 in the fourth quarter and a score of 0-4 in the final 66 seconds. The New York Knicks spoke to reporters post-game about the loss. He said that it's frustrating that they lost because he practices all the time. Jalen shared that he's confident when he reaches the line, but during the game, he just missed it. The point guard also decided to take accountability for the poor performance, and that he felt terrible and felt that his performance was unacceptable. Finally, here's what to expect next from Brunson and the Knicks after their winning streak broke. Brunson definitely bounced back through his big game against the Chicago Bulls at the Garden. The Knicks played the Bulls twice in the games before this, both in Chicago, and Brunson averaged 26 PPG and 6.5 APG while also shooting 9 of 15 from 3-point distance in both games combined. As you can tell, he successfully crushed the Bulls with New York's score of 2-0 against Chicago, and it seems like he led the Knicks to victory against the Bulls yet again. Brunson had to sit out of the game against his former team, the Dallas Mavericks, thanks to his hip injury during his game against the Philadelphia 76ers. If you're confused about what exactly happened, don't worry. We're going to give a quick recap. The New York Knicks point guard collapsed in the fourth quarter on Christmas Day against the Philadelphia 76ers, and then Jalen went to the locker room with about 4 minutes left in the game after what appeared to be a hip injury. Though, recent buzz made it clear that he's back on the court. In terms of the 2023 season, the Knicks team will be playing up against the Milwaukee Bucks on January 10th and the Indiana Pacers on January 12th. We can't wait to see how the Knicks play for this season and hope that luck's on their side. That concludes this video. Do you believe that the Knicks tampered in their pursuit of Jalen Brunson? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. We'll see you in the next one.